Hello, hello. Welcome to your new moon in Aries reading. I'm going to read a little bit out of our moon magic book here. We're going to pull cards from Moonology. As you can see, they're already out here. Then we're going to pull some cards from this crystallary deck I have. I'm going to pull some energy oracle, and then we'll pull some healing cards. Okay, so new moon officially starts tomorrow. Quick disclaimer, I hear one of my cats meowing, so we may get an appearance by Watson. It's more likely we get an appearance by Watson, but Sophia may come in and complain. She doesn't really like to get up on camera like Watson does, but she does like to complain, and I just heard her meowing, so she might, little disclaimer there, she might pop in to complain because she wants to go outside before it rains, and I'm doing this, right? So, excuse me, I'm drinking a little tea because I've had a little bit of a scratchy throat last night and this morning. Okay. Tomorrow is the new moon in Aries, which is actually today because I'm not going to upload this until the morning. So whenever you find this reading is when the messages are for you. So don't get hung up on the dates or phases of the moon, okay? If this reading pops up for you, it's because there are messages here for you, okay? So I want to thank all of you for watching. For those of you who are regulars, thank you for always coming back. For those of you that are new, welcome. I kind of talked about this year, we're going to try to learn a little bit, not just pull cards. We're going to learn more about like the moon and the phases of the moon and astrology, okay? So this is a new moon in Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's a fire sign. My moon sign is in Aries. So this particular moon, I'm feeling it very strongly already. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit from this book, okay? In the start and in the end, okay? So we're just going to read a little bit about, what is a new moon, right? The new moon is the primary first phase of the moon, and it is sometimes identified as the crescent moon. This is when the tiniest sliver of light appears in the sky. It looks like the right side of a parenthesis. This phase of the moon, the new moon, supports the early stages of a developing idea, activity, or planning anything that promotes betterment in your future. It is a time of new beginnings, a great period to start a new relationship of any kind. It is a starting point for exploring new opportunities. Why worry about the opportunities you've missed when fresh prospects are coming towards you? You are basically planting seeds of thought that will bloom into goals and start to manifest in the near future. So get ready to find that new beginning, even if it's just jumping off the sofa. Okay? And then I also marked a page about new moon meditation that we will talk about a little bit at the end. I don't want to forget. Okay, so I already mentioned Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. And Aries is all about new beginnings. So the new moon is also about new beginnings, as we just read. And we're going to also go ahead and read what the Moonology deck of cards says about. Oh, it's right here. I'm like looking for the book. It's right here. Okay. Says about the new moon. Give me just a moment. Sorry, I should have marked these pages. Okay, so I've kind of channeled some information from my guides about what this new moon's going to be about. And I already mentioned Aries, fire sign, first sign of the zodiac. That's why it's all about like new beginnings, starting fresh. It's like starting a new cycle. This Aries new moon energy will probably make you feel like pushed forward a little bit. Like you're gonna, spring is starting. So it's a perfect example is like that feeling of like winter's over, spring is here, let's get out of the house, let's get outside, let's start doing stuff, right? That's what the new moon in Aries is kind of all about. So you may be feeling some of this like push forward into taking action. One of the things I channeled was like the new moon in Aries gives you balls you've never had before, right? So you may feel spurred into acting on things that have scared you in the past, right? Or things maybe you've avoided dealing with because it scares you. This new moon in Aries is going to make you feel like tackling those things, right? Okay. Also, this new moon in Aries, I'm feeling is stirring up a lot of like creative energy. You're going to feel like these impulses to kind of feed your inner artist in many aspects of your life, right? You're going to, maybe in your career, you're going to feel like getting a new job or starting a new project or starting a new partnership in your career. In love, you may meet somebody new, or you may feel a renewed sense of passion and excitement for the person that you've been with for years, right? That's kind of what this fire energy does, right? This fire energy, you're going to feel it kind of infused into the next few days. And, it's kind of that like, we've been cooped up all winter and now the snow has melted and the sun is shining and the flowers are starting to bloom and the grass is peeking up out of the dirt, right? And so let's get outside. Let's get moving forward. Let's celebrate the energy of spring. That's that fire energy, and you're going to be feeling that over the next couple of days. I've been feeling it very intensely, but I have a lot of fire in my chart, so that's why. So, that's kind of what I've been feeling. I also feel like this new moon is going to challenge us to accept the people in our lives for who they are. It's going to challenge us to accept the people around us for exactly who they are and to build foundations on the commonality you have. Instead of feeling like they're trying to change you or you're trying to change them, there's not going to be a lot of that energy around this new moon in Aries. This energy is going to be very much about like accepting people for who they are and finding commonality despite that, right? Also, something to look out for, though, is self-sabotage. Those of us, and I say us because every human can fall into this energy of self-sabotage. So, that's just something to look out for around this new moon. There's all this excited energy, fire energy, moving quickly forward. And that's kind of the times when our shadow creeps up, right? when we're feeling so great. And the shadow aspect that might creep up around this moon is self-sabotage. So you may want to keep that in mind, because I was just saying, we're going to feel the need, well, not the need, but we're going to feel compelled to accept the people around us for who they are and to build foundations on our commonality and not get so worked up or been out of shape about the differences, right? But that is a perfect scenario for self-sabotage to creep in there, right? And like get you to give up something good because you're focused on all the differences instead of all the commonality, right? So just keep that in mind, okay? So now let's read here about the new moon in the Moonology deck, and then we'll read the new moon in Aries, and then we're going to pull some cards. Okay. A new start is coming. There is a yes coming your way. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck. It's totally positive and suggests something new and exciting is developing. You are blessed. You are on target to achieve your goals. The message from the universe is that you're starting all over again in some way. Be that on a new or better course, or just feeling more positive about achieving your desired outcome. If you've been feeling stagnant, this card reminds you that life goes in cycles and you're moving into a new cycle. This is the time to wipe the slate clean. If the situation you're currently dealing with has become toxic, either that will start to clear up now or something totally new will come in to disrupt it. Okay, this card also can bring feelings of hope. It can bring strengthening belief in our dreams, and this new moon energy is also very helpful for letting go of the past and leaving it in the past where it belongs. Okay, so let's now read the new moon in Aries. Okay. Oh, give me a second. Oh, here's Miss Sophia coming on in. Okay. The new moon in Aries. It is time to take action. The flame is lit. A wonderful new start beckons, and you're on the right track. This card is a superbly positive sign that if there is something you want to happen in your life, it will be happening. This is the time to really tune into your dreams. You may still have a long way to go. After all, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, but you're on your way. Determination, self-assertion, and bravery are called for. But the hot fires of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor you're asking about. The caution: don't go too fast and forget your manners. Treat people well as you charge towards your goals. You'll create much better karma for yourself in the long run. Okay, so both of those are very similar to kind of the stuff I had already channeled in, but I always love it when it all aligns, right? So, okay. So now we're going to do a little card reading here for those of you watching. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to also use one more deck today a little later because it's fun. We'll get a little artist. Whoop. And clearly, as I was saying, oh, this fiery Aries moon is artistic, right? of course, I want to bring out the Art Oracle deck because it's all artists, and this is going to be a month where the energy is like spurring creativity. And of course, all the artists have something to say because look, I can barely get it out of the box, and they're all falling all over the place. So this will be fun when we get to this deck. Okay, again, this is the Art Oracles. It was a gift from one of our very good friends who also watches the channel from time to time. So shout out to her, right? And, okay. That's just funny. Got creative energy flying in quickly like fire this moon. And the cards just demonstrated that. It's a little bit comical. I mean, makes me laugh a little bit. Okay. Okay. So, get a little tea here. Hope everybody can see the cards okay. There you go. Okay. All right. For those watching, let's give us some energy cards surrounding this new moon in Aries. For those watching. Wow. That fire energy does not mess around, right? Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we have Journey, which it always is, correct? And what came out, Financial Constraints and Man Holding a Coin. Sorry, I know there's a little bit of a glare there. And there's Sophia popping in to say hello. And a bunch of sirens happening outside. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay. So we have Man Holding a Coin and Financial Constraints. So those of you watching this new moon in Aries may be bringing in some money issues for you. Financial constraints. So listen, earlier we were talking about the new moon in Aries is going to bring all kinds of new beginnings, right? So maybe some of you are going to start a new job or take a new career path, and and maybe that's why you're going to have a little financial constraint, because you know how sometimes when you start a new job, it's like you're in a weird cycle of the pay cycle, so then you don't get a paycheck right away, and it causes things to be a little tight. At least that's happened to me before in the past. So maybe that's what it is. Let's not make it any worse than it needs to be, right? Let's let things unfold without us putting any of our like human connotation on it. So it just seems around this Aries new moon, there's going to be some money stuff come up for those of you watching. Okay. Okay. They're telling me get a couple more. Okay. Any other energy that needs to come out for those watching Aries new moon? Okay. Goddess of the moon. Okay. Anything else? Ah, the thinking woman. Okay, so what I'm getting right away from this, because we have a man here And then we have a man holding a coin. We have the thinking woman. And the goddess of the moon and financial constraints. So I feel like what this is saying is don't let this spin you out of control. Whatever is happening financially for you, don't let it spin you out of control. Okay? What I'm hearing is there's this male and this female, and interestingly enough, the way I put the cards down is like they're on the ends. So what I'm hearing is keep your masculine and feminine energies within you balanced around this full moon so that you don't like spin out of control and freak out, right? Because I get it. Anything going on with our finances can be scary because let me move this forward a little bit. There you go. Maybe that's a little bit better. Can be scary because, it's our finances, right? And we need money to pay our rent, pay our mortgage, pay for groceries, pay the bills, whatever it is. Okay? So, what I'm hearing right now is the flow of the finances may feel like it's shut off right now. Like this, like a faucet on and off. Around this new moon, you may feel like the money spigot has been turned off. But I'm hearing stay balanced, be thoughtful about it, and trust and lean into your intuition, and it's all going to work out and be okay. Just don't, I'm almost feeling like it's a little bit of a test. Like, are you going to calmly deal with whatever the financial constraints are, or are you going to panic and fly down the rabbit hole and then ruin your whole week or month because of this one thing, right? I feel like what I'm hearing is, and earlier I was talking about how some self-sabotage may creep up this month. Okay, so what I'm hearing is stay balanced, stay thoughtful, okay? Stay thoughtful and in your power so that you don't inadvertently self-sabotage yourself in the finance department. Okay, that message is for some of you. For the rest of you, just remember, stay in your power, trust the universe, and just, ride it out as calmly as you can. All right? We're going to get a crystal card, see what crystal will be helpful for us around this new moon, which crystal will be helpful for our energy around this new moon. These cards, I love them, but they're still very new, so they're very stiff. They don't just like to pop out on their own, so we may have to, whoa. Yeah, see, none of those. It's funny. All right. I understand. These cards are still very stiff because they're new. So I'm going to shuffle a little bit, and then we're going to cut it and choose because that's what I'm being guided to do. They're all very stuck together because they haven't been shuffled a lot. Oh. Okay. So, carnelian is what came out. Get curious. Carnelian just came out, okay? So let's read what it says about carnelian. I do not think I have a piece here on my altar. I do have a piece in the room. Let's just read the book here. Okay. Carnelian has traveled trade routes, been privy to love letters, and learned ancient secrets scribed on scrolls and stored in cathedrals of learning. Get out and see the world, Carnelian encourages. It lends you strength and fortitude for the travels ahead. Carnelian will hop a ride with any passing caravan, following the wanderings of merchants and messengers to their next destination. This ancient talisman's curiosity doesn't stop with earthly journeys. Carnelian amulets escorted the dead, providing safe passage into whatever lies beyond the setting sun. Life's an adventure if you allow it to be. Carnelian reminds you, get curious. That's great that this came out because, earlier we were talking about how all this fire energy is going to kind of push you to get up and go, start a new adventure, all of that. And this is the perfect stone to support all of that, right? Just from what I read, it's totally all about adventure, travel, seeing things. And it also mentioned being on trade routes, and it mentioned merchants. And that's interesting because these two financial cards came out, right? So this Carnelian will help you deal with whatever this financial constraint coming through around this moon is. All right, let me just get up real quick and grab a piece of Carnelian so I can show you what it is. I don't know if I can slide out of here without messing up everything, but let me see if I can. Can't get my big old booty through. Funny. Okay. So. There we go. Okay. Right here. This is red carnelian. So just so you know. Now, let's pull a healing card. What is it that we can heal, or what issue may come up for us around this new moon in Aries? Whoop. For those watching, what issue may come up? Ooh. Oh. All right. Hidden blessings. Here you go. Beautiful card. Hidden blessings. Which kind of is tied all into this, like, money, new beginnings, traveling. I feel like for those of you watching, maybe there's some new career things happening. It doesn't have to be that you're leaving your job or starting a new job. Don't freak out if that's not you. It might just be you're starting a new project in your career, or you meet somebody who will work out to be a great partnership in your career. I have a couple of business associates I've had for 20 years, and they're like we work really well together and can bounce ideas off of each other and spur ideas for each other, right? So we just have good energy together as it pertains to work and the things I do for work, which is illustration, drawing, art, all of that. I'm a graphic artist. So, you know, so just keep in mind, you know, I'm feeling that this financial constraint isn't really a bad thing. It's almost like, how are you going to handle this constraint will determine what kind of blessings are coming at you. That's what I'm feeling. So let's read Hidden Blessings, number 26, for those of you that like numerology. All right, let's hold it up here. Whoop. Least amount of glare. Okay. There's a gift in every adversity. Your love, intention, prayers, good wishes, and realizations are held in the consciousness of the universe. This energy circulates around you and may act as a source of comfort to you. Additionally, it may show up as nourishment, wisdom, and teachings. You may draw on this energy whenever you are in need. This card brings the important reminder that you are not alone. Whether you need encouragement, support, or wisdom, you can draw on the teachings of others. Adjust yourself through the frequency of their messages. The greatest blessings are the ones that are hidden within you. Your love in your heart will continue to grow until you attain happiness, healing, love, and enlightenment. Okay? It says, this card expresses peace, calm, and trust through the color blue. Didn't earlier I say trust that the universe has you and it's all going to work out? Okay? This signifies a friend showing up in time of need. Every situation has a gift in it. Even the darkest hour, there is a blessing. It may not yet be in your awareness, but it is there. The maiden peers into a scene that is blossoming with a rose. Fairies of all shapes and sizes rush to her aid. Although the card is very dark, there is light emanating from everything. There is hope, light, and help coming to you from all corners of your world. Okay, and while I was reading that, I did get where it said there is a blessing in everything. This message is not for everyone. It's for one person specifically, I think. You may lose your job and feel the financial strain of that suddenly. I'm hearing you may lose your job suddenly and you'll be feeling the financial constraints of that. But this card is here to tell you it's all going to be okay if you can just keep your wits about you, I'm hearing. Right? Keep your wits about you. Stay balanced. Stay in the thinking woman. Don't react immediately. You know, just let it play out. Don't immediately freak out. I feel like there's a little bit of a test here for somebody, right? And I'm also hearing for the rest of you, this man holding a coin is also sending the message of like, you know, just in the next month or so, be smart with your finances. Don't be real frivolous in your spending, because we never know what's ahead. And this financial constraints card lets us know that like we never know what's ahead. So if we are thoughtful and smart with the way we spend our money and save our money, because this guy's holding the coin, right? Which I keep hearing, save our money. So as long as we're thoughtful in how we spend and save our money, these financial constraints should not spin us out of control, okay? Now, that being said, we've all been there. We all spin out of control sometimes, okay? So if that happens, don't sweat it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't let that self-sabotage sneak in there, okay? Just try your best to lean into your intuition, stay in your power, trust the universe is conspiring to help you get everything you want. That's what I'm hearing, is the universe always conspires in your favor if you trust and believe that it does. So in this situation where there may be some financial stress, try to remember that it's all going to be okay. All right. Now, before we wrap up and talk about this one last thing from the moon book, let's just pull an artist card, because this moon in Aries, new moon in Aries, is all about creative energy bubbling up to the surface. And so, of course, these artists have something to say. As we saw from the way all of the cards just jumped out of the box. Okay. What artist wants to give us a message for this new moon in Aries? These are also new cards, so they are a little stiffer. Whoop! There we go, though. Jean Cocteau. Jean Cocteau. The story only seems one-sided. There's no such thing as a happy ending. Find your future in the past. That's interesting. Considering this new moon energy is about leaving things in the past where they belong. So let's get into the book here and see what else we know about this guy. Sorry, it'll take me a minute. This deck, I love this deck, but the book is not in alphabetical order. So you just kind of have to... here we go. Okay, Jean Cocteau. Avant-garde playwright, poet, and director, Jean Cocteau loitered with the creative elites of the early 20th century Paris, earning a reputation of being fabulous company. He collaborated with composers and artists and self-medicated with opium as needed. Throughout his life, Cocteau was haunted by his father's suicide in 1898. Themes on a sad childhood appear in works such as his novel Les Enfants Terribles, about two troubled siblings. His play, La Voix Humaine, the human voice, involves one woman speaking by her phone to her soon-to-be ex, who is never heard. Along with Picasso, loneliness and miscommunication were also Cocteau's lifelong friends. Okay, I was puzzled when this first came out. I'm not puzzled anymore. Remember how I was saying self-sabotage can sneak up during this new moon when you don't see it coming? I think that's what this card is about. This is just to remind you, the story only seems one-sided. Okay? There's no such thing as a happy ending. That, I feel like, is him self-sabotaging, right? Not believing because he's stuck in his one-sided perspective of loss, loneliness, tragedy of his father. So this, yes, I just heard this artist is coming out to warn us that this self-sabotage impulse during this new moon is real. So be aware and stay in your power so that the hidden blessings can reveal themselves. Okay? Awesome. We're gonna end it with that. Oops, look, we're gonna end it with that because I feel like, great. Don't forget, get yourself some carnelian to support you during this time, especially if you are struggling with any this finance stuff we were talking about. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for always coming to the channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. If these messages benefit you, take the messages that fit take the messages that resonate, don't make them fit. And have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your night, weekend, week, whatever it is for you. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. See? And look, Sophia's making a little quick appearance to say goodbye.